All right, good.
And with a keystroke and a wish, here comes the morning stream, everybody. Volumes are set, queued up and ready. Oh, Brian disappeared. Well, that's great. That's what you want. Oh, hi.
There we go. Sorry about that.
What was that?
um,
Did you hit
it
end?
said it was updating Skype, or I mean updating Discord. I'm like, oh, I'll have this. I'll do this later. I'll just see how big the download is. No, when you click that button, it says, "Oh, I'll update it right now." So apparently, it just does an update refresh.
They want in when they want in.
Yeah,
it's very fast.
We'll see if
you're
it fixes the audio issue.
It's very fast anyway. That update.
It really was, yeah.
Send me your video again, though. It killed that.
Oh, whoops. Sure.
It's all good. There you are.
Cool.
Let me make you the
I need
focus.
to turn that light down a little bit. It's a little bright.
Little bright?
Little bright,
everybody.
I'll do that later. I'll deal with it later. Little bright.
All right. I think we're ready to go. So Here you go. Let's start the read. No, there's no read. Let's start the way I do it now, which begins in 3, 2, 1.
You know how you can take Novocaine to deaden the nerve endings or something? Well, I almost think like atheism is like a drug, a mental drug. Instead of Novocaine, maybe I would call it like stupid cane.
The morning stream. You're soaking in it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the morning stream. This is the morning stream. I'm Scott Johnson with Brian Ibbett. Hi, Brian. Good morning.
Hi, Scott. Good morning. Happy Monday to you.
Thanks, man. It's June 24th, 2019. It's 9/11 in the morning, which is a sweet Porsche from my youth. Remember the 911, Porsche 911?
Yes.
I pined for that car in the 80s. That's the car I wanted.
I did too.
Yeah.
That was a nice car.
I don't think I care now. I think I'm good. Don't really.
Oh, yeah, no.
I mean, if someone said, hey, here's a vintage 911 that's all souped up for you, do you want it? I'd say sure. But I'm not actively jealous for one anymore. You ever find that? Yeah, go ahead.
If you get in an accident while you're driving it, and then the somebody runs up to your car after the accident and says, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And you go, 911. Are they going to go, yes, you're in a Porsche 911. Yes, it's very impressive. Yes. Do you need anything? 911. No. I know it's a Porsche 911. We're all very impressed.
Yeah, it's the perfect Abbott and Costello follow-up for all these years later.
Right.
Finally, that joke can be told.
Finally.
There's certain things though from when I was a teenager that I thought I was sure I wanted, like, God, one day I will have a 911 or one day I will have something. And it's funny how that seemed so real and important then. And now I just don't care. Like,
no, it totally isn't. Yeah,
it's weird,
exactly.
man. And there's something to learn there, I guess. I don't know. Listen, I've been through some stuff, young people. So this is a message for the youths. Don't go chasing waterfalls, because
Sure, that's it. That's it right there, yes.
The something in the thing will be... How's that song go? Don't go
stick to the lakes and the rivers that you're used to.
There, that's it. That was good advice from One-Eyed Larry and the other girl. Or whoever they were. What were their names?
Lisa Left Eye Lopez and Spinderella. No, I can't remember who else was in TLC. Spinderella. She was she was in TLC or was she in Vogue?
I don't know.
What, you don't remember Spinderella?
No, I do, but it isn't her. I don't know where Spinderella's from, but I remember the name. But yeah, you had the Left Eye Lopez. You had Janice.
Salt and Pepper. She was from Salt and Pepper.
Oh, okay. Right. Push it real good. Got it. All right.
Exactly. Yeah. Salt and Pepper, TLC, and Vogue. Come on.
Yeah.
One leaves the stage, another one enters.
Yeah. When I had Larry and the other girl. That's a good title. All right. Anyway, it's good to see everybody. Nice to be here. I had a kind of a rough weekend, technologically speaking. It really jacked things up. Had to push There Will Be Dungeons as a result, and I spent most of Saturday afternoon and night dissecting a computer, trying to see if it was a motherboard problem. In the end, let me tell you what it turned out to be. And just know this, anyone out there who's maybe having some issue with your Windows box, okay? It's entirely possible that you've got some weird old card in your machine that you forgot you put in there that is now a problem because a Windows update made it unusable. That's what happened to me. I had this old video capture card that I've had forever and that I put in when the new system came in, however long ago that was. And then just kind of forgot about it. It's supposed to do like external capture, Brian. So I'm supposed to like connect like a VCR to it and capture old video, or video game. You can plug a PlayStation 4 into it and capture it right to your hard drive, that sort of thing. I don't use that anymore because I have this little external Elgato thing that does the exact same thing. And that's more convenient. I can kind of put it away when I don't use it or whatever. And I'd forgotten this card was sitting in there, and there was a Windows update Friday night that I let happen. And then Saturday comes, and the thing's dead. It's like dead. And I thought it was motherboard. I thought it was like CPU overheated. I was like trying all this stuff.
You're like doing all this troubleshooting and
yes, Hoppage. That's the brand. Chat Pops and Recline got it. That's the name of it. I forgot the name. So I've had it for ages, right? Mm-hmm. So I took that thing out and then fired it up and went, this was it? Because everything worked. I'm like, this was freaking it? And I snapped it in half and I threw it in the trash. I mean, it's so old, it didn't matter. I'm never going to use it again, so I just got rid of it. But anyway, that was my weekend. Brian, how did Lyft go this morning?
Well, this morning was fine. Yesterday morning, I had a very interesting ride. Went up to Longmont, which is north of Boulder. It was weird. Boulder sent me up to Longmont. Like, your next ride, 11 miles north. Like, oh, I'm picking up somebody 11 miles north? Okay, tuck in. So, but Longmont turned into a great place to lift, because it was like a lot of short rides. Bam, 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 bam. One right after another, getting my numbers up. And the very last ride, I'm getting ready to stop, and I pick up this guy, and he gets in the car, gets in the front seat, and says, I say, hey, how you doing today? My standard greeting. How you doing today? He's like, not too good. I said, oh, really? He says, yeah, I just not feeling too good. And I'm like, oh, all right. And I'm thinking, crud, he's going to get me sick or something like that. Yeah. And he says, yeah, I drank last night. I'm like, oh, well, it was a Saturday night. That's what Saturday nights are for. He's like, well, prior to that, I was 90 days sober. I'm like, oh man, crap.
Jeez.
I said, well, you know what? It's bumps on the road. I said, do you need to go to a meeting or something today? He's like, well, my meetings really are, my support structure is my family and friends and stuff. And I said, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. And they've been pretty helpful and supportive. He's like, yeah, they have. I said, all right, well, you'll want to talk to them about this and let them know you did this. But really, it's like these bumps in the road that kind of show you where the borders are. And as you're making your way down the path, breaking that path, going off the path, really just kind of helps enforce where that path is, so that you can find your way back to it and kind of get back on track. And I'm telling him all this, and he goes, can I ask you a personal question? I said, yeah. He says, have you been in rehab? Because you seem to know an awful lot about this.
Did you say, look, 8 years of therapy Thursday, I'll give you some good ideas?
Exactly. I said, well, the closest thing I've got, man, is that I'm on a diet, and I was really tempted to have a donut this morning. And that got him laughing. Yeah. But basically, like the entire rest of the drive, 2 or 3 minute, probably like 5-10 minutes, we're talking about it, and he's like, yeah, I just feel so, just kicking myself for doing this. And I said, you know what? The worst thing you could do right now is beat yourself up about it. Admit you did it, move on and grow from it, learn from it, blah, blah, blah. And he gets out and he says, dude, I'm giving you such a big tip. Thanks.
Nice.
I feel so much better. And he gets in his car, and like a second later, you've received a $7 tip.
Oh, that's awesome. Is that the biggest tip you've gotten?
The second biggest tip. The first biggest tip was the $4 ride with a $15 tip for that lady whose groceries I got to the door.
Oh, that was nice. Wow, 15
Yeah,
bucks.
which was
That's pretty freaking good.
$15. So she basically just rounded up to 20 and said, "Wow, okay, cool."
Yeah.
But it was like 10 bags of groceries. It was a lot of groceries.
Wow. Well, you were quite the Boy Scout there that day. That's impressive.
I was. Yes. It made me feel good, and then I drove some girl to Starbucks and felt bad about myself again.
Oh.
I'm contributing to the pollution out there. She could have walked and
I do this when I get dental work done. This is a real weakness of mine. I think I may have talked about this, maybe not, but I get dental work done, and that somehow I feel like if I come out of there like no cavities, well done, I go out, I leave there feeling like I can just go get whatever I want.
Oh yeah, see that's
it's bad. It's not good.
That is. There is the whole mentality, and this is something that I struggle with all the time with points. Is like, well, you know what? I rode my bike today. I can totally have, cheese wrapped in a tortilla or something like that. I can, you know what? I can have a small milkshake. I haven't had a small milkshake in months, but that equivalent, like saying, you know what? I've earned it. I can do something. It's like, no, you just got to say, no, I had a bike ride today. I burned off some calories. The best thing I can do right now is stay on track and say, those are extra calories that I'm going to burn on top of the calories I'm not going to have in dinner.
Yeah.
With dinner.
The way you do it is you go a week of solid, bike riding in your case.
Right.
And then maybe on the weekend you treat
weekend.
yourself or something, because now you've got this huge deficit. Sure.
Right. Yeah, we've talked about this with Bill. Like, have a cheat day. And for me, Saturdays are my cheat day.
Biocast.
I get hookers.
Oh, yeah, of course. Hookers. You got the
blow.
Hookers and blow, right?
I also did pick up a guy in Boulder yesterday morning who apparently had just done. He said, "Oh, I just did a line." He's like on his way. He's on his way to work at Starbucks. This was one of the first rides of the morning.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Doofus in like a multicolor striped knit cap, white sunglasses, Apple AirPods in his ears. Takes a big drag off his vape before he gets in the car, and talks like, "Yeah, just on my way to Starbucks. Did a little bit of a oh no," he started sneezing, and then he says, "Yeah, I did a line this morning, man. It just totally makes me sneeze." And I'm thinking, well, crap. Are you sneezing cocaine into my car? Like,
Yes.
Am I going to get a contact high from you sneezing coke into my car?
Probably not, but I'll bet there's particulate levels of coke in your car now. Probably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody's what's his face? Gus Grissom is going to do a little swab in there, and
send it back to the lab. They'll do a little tight micro shot with the camera, and now you're in forever. You're in the system.
Exactly.
Wow.
Great.
Just to address it real quick, BioCow asked earlier if when I was a kid, my parents would give me treats if I didn't have cavities. The answer is no. They did not do that. I think it's just me and a bad habit. Like, I just feel like, hey, I did good. And I get really hungry then, right after the dentist.
Right.
I can't explain it. I don't know what's going on.
No, don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't fall into that trap, man.
Next time, I'll think twice before I think once.
Speaking of cheat days, Saturday night was my cheat day, or Saturday was my cheat day, and Tina took me out for mystery date for June. June was her month.
Uh-oh. Did she up the ante? Did we go to new levels? What happened?
She did pretty damn well. So she took me to Greenwood Village in South Denver. It's like the Denver Tech Center, south side of downtown. And there's a nice little area of restaurants and stuff. And she's saying, yeah, we have to go on this night. And she says, oh, you're going to love it. You're going to have a great time. But I can't figure out where we're going. I'm thinking we're going to the Performing Arts Center. We're going to see something, like a stage play or something like that. And we get to this area. I'm thinking, well, what else is here? I mean, there's restaurants over here. And then we pull up to Comedy Works, which is one of the comedy clubs here in Denver. And we go to the upstairs area, which is the restaurant. And this whole time we're walking around Comedy Works, and I'm looking at all the walls, all the little the signage that tells you what comics are coming up, and I don't see anything for this date, nothing for June 22nd. That's like, oh man, like a total secret. And then we go up to the restaurant. We have a delicious meal. I have some salmon. Tina has linguine bolognese, and we have a nice meal. Again, no clue as to who we're seeing. I even put a photo up during this time during dinner on Facebook saying, I don't know who we're seeing. We get downstairs. We get seated. The rotating PowerPoint slides on the behind the stage are going. Again, nothing for June 22nd. Still no clue. Opening, the MC comes out, and this is like basically the best kept secret all the way up until the MC comes out and he says, all right, so we got a great night of comedy for you. You're going to be seeing our headliner tonight is a guy named Kevin Nealon.
Whoa.
I'm like, oh,
Kevin
cool.
Nealon.
We're seeing Kevin Nealon. Awesome. And
Wow.
And yeah, Tina totally did hit it out of the park. Kevin Nealon, if you're not familiar with the name, Saturday Night Live cast member from like the mid 80s to the early 90s or something.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
he was there a long time.
He was there a long time. Really tall guy. Did Weekend Update for a lot of that period of time, and was also in the Frankenstein Tonto and Frankenstein Tonto. It was like,
what was the other
it
one?
was John Lovitz.
Yeah.
It was
Frankenstein was Phil Hartman.
Phil Hartman,
and I don't remember what the other one was. What did he play? He was Tonto, but what was the other guy? I
can't remember what.
Wasn't Nealon Tonto? He was Tonto, right?
Tarzan. That's right. Kevin Nealon was Tarzan.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Because Tonto was John Lovitz, who looks
Tonto
like
was
this
John Lovitz.
squatty little cigar-holding Indian guy.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so if you, I mean, probably a lot of people remember, but he was there from then all the way up through the Farley years. Like, he was there a lot.
Yeah. Chris Rock was there with him, Dana Carvey.
Yeah. Basically, all your the best stuff they did in the 80s up through the best early 90s stuff they did, Kevin Nealon was there. And he was on Weeds and a million other things since. He's great.
He was on Weeds, yeah. And he's currently on Man with a Plan with Matt LeBlanc. And then he has his own YouTube show called Hiking with Kevin or something like that.
Nice.
And it was great. He's hilarious still, and he does a great stand-up act. He did bring up a little bit of Subliminal Man, which was one of his things from SNL. And
I think that was originally from his stand-up act before SNL that he then brought to SNL. But I think it's still his kind of thing, you know, like his deal he does on stage. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, I don't do impressions. I don't do impressions. I think the Tarzan was about the only impression he ever seemed to do on SNL, if I remember correctly. But.
Popsimer Klein is right. He is the Kenan Thompson of the 90s. He was just there.
Yeah, right.
Just always there.
Right. Or the Tim Meadows.
Yeah, Tim Meadows
also was there, like for the length of several different cast changes. Oh yeah, that's right. He was Hans and Franz. He was in Hans and Franz with Dana Carvey.
Yep. He also did a really good. What am I thinking of? If you needed a guy who was like sort of a dad in the house, a character, or a judge at a table, or straight. Just if you needed a straight man, he was in every one of those sketches. Like, he was one of the table judges when Farley was doing his dance with Patrick Swayze, for example. That classic scene.
Right.
Like, that was just his job, and he was good on Weekend Update. I think didn't what's his name take over from him?
Colin Quinn or
no, after that or before that, freaking what's his name?
Dennis Miller was before him.
Right. So there was Dennis Miller. When Dennis Miller left, Nealon did the news, and then came. Norm Macdonald was after that. That's right.
Norm Macdonald. Right. Yep. Yeah, that's right.
And then it was Quinn, and then I don't remember after that. That's kind of when I gave.
Now his opening act
Yeah.
was a guy named Kirk Fox.
Yeah.
And you see this guy's like, oh, I know I've seen this guy in a million things. And if you look him up, you've seen this guy in a million things. Kirk Fox.
Yeah, I have seen him before.
Yeah. You've seen him in Deadwood. You've seen him in The Patriot. You've seen him in The Postman. You've seen him in Parks and Recreation. He was Sewage Joe.
Yep. I remember this guy.
Anyway, another really, really funny stand-up act, man. This guy's great, Kirk Fox. So get a chance, check him out. I guess he's got a Showtime special.
He is exactly your age, by the way, roughly.
Yeah, pretty close. Like 3 weeks,
Yeah.
4 and 3 weeks after me.
Yeah. Did you go, woo, guys are in their late 40s, woo? Did you do that to him?
I didn't. Boy, I wish I would have
Brian.
because
Gosh dang it.
why did I think of doing that, man?
Missed
Ah.
freaking opportunity. Oh, my camera's all zoomed in. Sorry, children. All right, well, that's awesome.
Anyway.
What a fun thing,
Yeah.
dude. That's great.
It was a fun weekend. It was a great weekend.
Your wife upped the ante.
She did, and I don't have a thing planned yet for July, but I will. But I will plan something. Something will happen, Scott.
Something will happen. Be prepared.
Something will happen.
Okay. Hey, we're going to do a food test. We haven't done one of these in a while, and we want to thank Jason Hawthorne, who sent us Ostrom sticks, natural flavor Ostrom, beef snack stick with ostrich added. Look at these.
Yes, with added ostrich.
Yeah, these are basically beef and the bird. I guess it's a bird known as ostrich. And I've never had ostrich meat. I've never had an egg. I've never had any ostrich related food. So I'm kind of excited about this. Now I will admit to something, Brian. I like to full confessional. Right.
All right. You've already had one of these, haven't you? You've already opened one up and eaten it.
Well, do you want the simple story answer or do you want the yes? Well, you're basically right. But here's what happened.
Sure.
I was doing we delayed a day dungeons. We did it yesterday, so we're playing D&D and doing our thing, and I am freaking starving to the point that I'm feeling weak. I'm so hungry because I had spent so much time working on my computer. I needed to eat something. I needed something, and within hand's reach was this box of natural flavored ostrom.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I'll try one of these, and I ate it. So I did eat it last night. I'm happy to report that I actually really liked it, and therefore I'm stoked about this one. This will be Brian's first.
Another one.
This will be the first time you put it in your mouth, right? Okay, let's do it.
This will be the first time I've put this in my mouth.
Oops.
Yes, Scott.
Hi, Jamie. Hi. It's nice to have you editing here. All right, here we go. So let's open these up. Look at that. Look at that, you guys. Now this is. I want to make one comment immediately.
It really does smell like a beef stick. I mean, there's no.
Yeah, it smells like what you'd get at a gas station or something. I would say this though.
Right.
There's no greasy reservoir. There's no oil in here.
Yeah.
That's the best part of this thing, and I don't know if that's the ostrich meat going, hey, let me soak you in, buddy. I don't know. But anyway, give it a shot.
And I'm happy to say that these things are like super cheap in Weight Watchers too, like 1 or 2 points, I think I was saying.
Yeah, you were saying they're really low in, let's see, 80 calories per stick. Ooh.
Okay, they're a little drier.
Oh yeah, for
and
sure.
maybe that's, the oil reservoir maybe slightly missed because this is
definitely drier. Mm-hmm. Texture's a little weird until you get used to it. Mm-hmm. But once you do,
I'm fine with the texture. But yeah, boy, you need a glass of water with this.
Yeah, once you do though, kind of like it a lot actually. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. To the point that I would like track these down and eat them. I don't like the name Ostrom. It sounds like something I'm supposed to produce with my freaking breast milk or something.
It's like ostrich and trim, maybe? Is that the deal? Is that it's
Why isn't it beef stritch or ostrich?
Beef stritch would be right. I mean, because it is mostly beef.
Yeah.
With a little bit of ostrich added.
Yeah, beef stritch.
Beef stritch.
I like that a lot. Great flavor tasting. Gluten free. Low fat.
No nitrites.
No nitrites. Sports nutrition meat snack.
Yeah, very tasty.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
like it.
cool.
It makes me
I'll
curious.
consume that.
It makes me curious about other ostrich-based foods. You know?
Yeah.
Would you
it's very lean?
Would you eat
Ostrich
a whole
is
like
very
a?
lean meat.
Would you eat like a whole ostrich, like I don't know, wing or something? I mean,
I'd
you
eat
have
an
to.
ostrich steak.
Yeah,
Like if.
I
Yeah,
do that.
I'd have no problem eating an ostrich steak.
I do that.
I don't care about. Yeah.
Yeah. That's really good.
Some weird foods don't weird me out. I won't say, oh, weird foods don't weird me out, Scott, because there are some weird foods that do weird me out, but ostrich isn't one of them.
No, it's just a bird. It's just another bird. Just because we see it as this big tall thing that's going to hit you in the face if you get pissed.
Exactly. They are violent birds, which actually makes me want to eat them more. Like, let's take some more of those violent birds off the face of the earth and put them in my stomach. Geese, ducks.
Yeah. What other dick
let's get rid of
birds
the
are
violent
there?
birds.
Lots of dicks birds out there. Dick's birds.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Dick's Birds. Anyway, well, that's great. Thank you very much, Jason Hawthorne, for your willingness to give us a little bit of fun there. That was awesome.
Yeah, Jason was in Denver a couple of weeks ago. We went to a barbecue place, and that's actually where we started talking about Ostrom. So,
Oh, very nice.
big thanks. Yes.
Yep. If ask your doctor if Ostrom is right for you. All right, we're gonna do this game in a second. I gotta add Dunaway to this, but you may want to have the number handy: 801-471-0462. If you are one of our lucky picks today, you will be in it to win it. Oh, I forgot to add. I was gonna add some stuff. I never did. You know what? Let's start it off with another one of those Mad Max figures. Max figurines.
It's not a figurine.
Oh, hi, Brian Dunaway.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Oh,
hi, Brian.
It's so nice to hear your voice. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good.
It's another great week.
Yeah. Is it, though? Is it?
It is. You gotta keep your chin.
Oh, you got to keep your chin.
Oh, you gotta keep your chin.
Okay.
This is true.
Keep your
I've heard
chin.
that bad things can happen if you lose your chin.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. That's a problem
keep
for some
your
people.
chin, people.
Dunaway, you still there? Or did we lose you?
I'm still here.
Okay,
Am I glitching?
No, you did, but you're good
there we
now.
go. Now you're back.
You seem to be back in full now. Let's see if this caller is on the line. Hi, who's this?
This is Jared, the trucker from Indiana.
Hello, trucker from Indiana. Jared, how are you?
All right, how you doing?
Sweet. Are you on the road now? Where are you right now?
Oh yeah, I'm in Florida now.
Oh my Lord, careful, because there's lots of men called Florida men there. You're gonna want to watch out for the Florida men. They're big
I
trouble.
do my best to avoid them.
All right, Jared, that's good. Well, it's good to have you back. We're gonna play a little game today. We're gonna have Brian explain it in a second, but before all that,
There we go.
it's time to play Babble Royale. Brian Ibbett, explain how he wins.
Feels so better when I have music. Hey, I'm going to give Scott and Brian Dunaway a topic, and they're going to go back and forth with answers for that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer or a repeated answer, they take too long to come up with an answer, the win is going to go to the other player. You've got this. Your job is to predict who's going to come out on top based on the topic. Today, you are playing for a prize package from Scott that includes a Mad Max figurines.
Oh, did I put ZS? I meant figurines, what I meant.
Figurine.
Yep.
Remember figurines? Those like it was like a diet
Were they called figurines?
there were figurines in the 80s. There was like a diet
Is that like a
bar,
diet
like
fig Newton?
a diet bar of oat bar
filled
or
with
something.
filled with figs most likely would make the most sense.
Oh, here it is. Figurines, crispy, crunchy diet bars from the 1970s. There was
70s, okay.
Goes great with your can of Tab.
And you totally.
Pillsbury made them. Pillsbury. I guess it is Pillsbury.
Pillsbury.
No,
Pillsbury.
was the doughboy on a diet then? Is that what was going on?
Yeah, you know,
You poke him and you can feel his spine. It's a little creepy.
always trying to lose a little weight. The old boy.
Stop
How
poking
could they
my belly.
not go? How could they not go well when the big full-page magazine ad says Pillsbury introduces figurines, the delicious solid diet food you munch and munch and munch.
Wow, wow.
You know what I'm in the mood for? Some solid diet food.
Yeah, that sounds really good, man. How could you not want that? Yeah, there it is. Figurines. Ugh. I don't know, man. That looks gross. Don't want to eat those.
It does.
It's a diet food.
Oh, look at those things, dude. Oh, I just got some old pictures of their advertising work, and it is like, you know, the brown tones of the 70s that everybody used?
Yes.
Everything
like,
about
it's
this.
food made out of brown tones.
Yeah.
70s brown tones.
Oh. All right. No, thank you.
All right. That's what you're playing for, not the diet food tones,
Yeah.
but the Mad Max stuff. Here is their topic today. This one comes to us from Chad Hatcher, who says, first of all, I'm stoked to prospect you guys coming out to Dallas. Definitely be at the meetup. Hope it happens, blah, blah, blah. Here is my Babble Royale suggestion. Now, I don't have a number here, but I'm going to say there's easily 20 to 25 items in this list.
Okay.
Good old Mike Post. He's a busy guy. Does a lot of theme songs for TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see how many of those theme songs you can name. How many TV shows can you name that have had Mike Post do the music for?
There's a little mic post.
Dum,
there.
dum.
How
Wow.
many can we name? Oh, I really like this one. This could be really fun. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right.
So knowing that that's your category, what's his name in the truck? Sorry, I should put
Jared.
that in here. Jared, of
Jarrett.
course, yes. Jared.
Sorry, Jarrett.
Jarrett. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I did that last
Jarrett.
time. My bad. I did that last time. All right, go ahead.
Jared in the truck in
That's a
Florida.
tough one. I'm gonna have to go with Scott on this one.
Oh yeah.
Scott. Okay.
Oh,
Who do you want to go
yeah.
first?
Touchdown. Yeah, who should go first?
Oh,
Jared?
who do you want to go first?
I'm gonna make Brian go first.
Yeah.
All right.
the
Well,
right-
you know what? Believe it or not,
I'm walking
I'm the
on
greatest
air.
American hero.
Yeah.
Of course, yes. Sung by Joey Scarberry, but music by Mike Post. Believe it or not, the theme to the Greatest American Hero.
And the first time I ever saw who that guy was.
Oh, really?
That's
Yeah.
cool. Let me think here. Rockford Files.
Ah, there you go.
Now you're not just gonna search your iTunes for Mike
no.
Post.
I don't even have
All
that.
right.
That'd be fun.
That Rockford Files song doesn't even say Mike Post on it. I just have it in my
I know
library.
it's in your soundboard.
I'm not gonna
Okay,
play
all
all
right,
these. No way. I don't have them all.
Well, the only one I knew for sure was the greatest American hero. Everything else is going to be name a great show from the 70s or 80s
Okay.
that had a great
All right.
theme song.
Mm.
Did Mike Post did he do the Magnum PI?
He did do the Magnum PI theme. Well done. Yes.
He pretty much did everything back then.
Right. Name
Have you
a
guys
70s or 80s TV show.
Have you guys watched the first the first season of Magnum PI and listened to the difference between that one and the second season?
Yeah, they do something weird with the music. It sucks.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah.
I didn't
It's
like
kind
it.
of like Miami Vice, but I'm pretty sure he didn't. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Hill Street Blues, if you please.
Hill Street Blues. Hill Street Blues. He did the theme. Da-na-na, Hill Street Blues.
Yeah.
Yes, of course he did. I can play that on the piano, by the way. That opening riff of Hill Street Blues.
Oh, nice.
Right.
I love that it just stops there for you, though. That's it. You got this
Yeah, that's it.
opening.
That's exactly. I can do the dun 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 dun. That's where I end.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know
don't
what
have a-
sounds
I don't
like
have a-
that?
A piano that I can plug in right now. Yes. What sounds like that?
That almost sounds like the A Team. Did he do the A Team? Is that how he made the song to just sit around?
That is actually his writing process.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
He says, "Okay, I don't want you guys to hate me."
Yeah. Here's that guy,
Yep,
by the
the
way.
A-Team.
Let's just play this for fun.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Goes longer than you think.
No, 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 no.
Awesome.
I miss that
He
kid.
only knows two notes, nah and no.
Yeah. It's just combinations of those.
I feel
Anyway.
like my impersonation of him is better than him.
That's pretty good. All
All
right.
right, back over to you, Scott.
All right. Let's stay in the cop genre and go with NYPD Blue.
NYPD Blue with
Jeez.
Dennis Franz's butt. Yes,
Mhm.
But
for sure.
Yeah. Show
Dennis
creator,
Franz's butt even had his own theme.
co-show creator went on to make Deadwood. So there's your connection there. Deadwood.
That's
connection.
right.
I forgot
That's
his
right.
name. David. No. Well, whatever it is. That guy.
Daniel Boreanaz.
Nailed it.
Right.
David Boreanaz. No,
Nailed it.
okay.
All right, John.
there's
Ryan,
another
back to
there's
you.
another simple theme that I'm thinking of. I'm starting to get the idea that he mostly did the simple theme things, and there's a couple of them that I remember. I remember Doogie Howser being real
Do you
simple.
remember Doogie Howser?
I remember Doogie Howser being real simple, kind of like the A Team kind of thing. Very simple.
Well-
I'm not hearing anything, so I'm assuming I'm wrong, but I'm thinking Doogie Howser would be a good guess.
He did do the Doogie Howser theme.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
that was a Mike Post deal.
Joint. Oh, he
All
was,
Casio keyboard, if I remember correctly.
there's nobody quite like this dude in television.
No.
How'd you go?
Um,
It was very simple computer sounds like.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. It was all Casio tone. He played it on his Nintendo Game & Watch.
Ah, very
Right.
nice. Good use for that. Secondary use. All right, I'm gonna go with oh, my brain just went blank. The other Jimmy Smith's business. L.A. Law. L.A. Law.
Oh, wow! So he's like in a lot of law stuff, and
Oh yeah,
simple
lots of cop shows,
little
lots of law
ditties.
stuff, lots of
That's right.
all that.
L.A. Law, absolutely a Mike Post joint. Very
Interesting.
good. Back to you, Brian Dunaway.
Oh.
So far, you guys are doing very, very well. 8 of these knocked down.
Oh, I'm just not sure if he did this one or not. But
Oh,
it was
boy.
such a simple theme, and I sing it all the time. Did he do Knight Rider?
I don't know if that's how it goes, but Knight Rider, not.
Oh, come on!
I knew it.
But it sounds so much like his
It
stuff.
does. He apparently missed like one. He was in the bathroom and missed one phone call and
Yep.
did not do the theme to Knight Rider.
You're not wrong. Can I guess a couple that I had them the back
sure
of my
can,
head?
yeah.
Okay,
That you have in your pocket?
there's
Sure.
there's a show that Tom Merritt loves and talks about all the time, and it was called 10 Speed and Brown Shoe, and I'm pretty sure he did that.
Totally did it. Yep.
And
absolutely.
Oh, did he really?
the other obvious one to me, and Brian's gonna be mad that he missed. Actually, 2. He's gonna be mad he missed these 2. I'm pretty sure he did Riptide and Quantum Leap. Right?
He
What?
did do Riptide and Quantum Leap.
Oh,
And you even
I thought
played-
Quantum Leap was it was a little more orchestrated, wasn't it? Well, I
Yeah.
guess he did the
Still Mike
law
Post.
stuff too. So yeah.
He was
So Mike
versatile.
Post. By the way, yeah, I think. Oh, so that's what you mean by simple. I thought you just meant like simple
Riptide.
melodies and stuff. You're thinking
Dang
like
it.
simple arrangements and orchestration.
Yeah,
Yeah, he knows excessive stuff. And
Riptide.
you even played the Law and Order dung dung, and you didn't.
Yep, I was saving.
Nobody guessed that one.
I was saving that till the end in case I needed it because I knew Dunaway hadn't
that's
said it
funny.
yet. Yeah, he did.
That's
didn't he?
hilarious. Here are all the other ones you could have said: Toma, Murder One, Hunter, Baba Black Sheep, Blossom, Chips,
Wait, Blossom?
Look at
What?
this.
Blossom?
Blossom. Do 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 do. Yeah.
Oh my lord! All right, that's fine.
Chips, The Commish,
Chips.
Hardcastle and McCormick,
Uh-huh.
Hooperman, News Radio, which I had no idea about,
Oh, wow, me either.
Renegade, Silk Stockings, Stingray, Tales of the Gold Monkey, The White Shadow, Wise Guy, Roughnecks,
Wise guy.
and Philly.
Wise Guy was a great show, by the way. It was way ahead of its time, and features Jonathan Banks from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, who plays Mike Ehrmantraut. Fantastic role. He was like a FBI handler for a dude that was in the witness protection program. Awesome show from the 80s. I mean, it doesn't hold up now, but at the time, I loved it. So good. Wise Guy. Catch it. That's cool. Well, there you go, Dunaway. You guess screwed the pooch on that one, buddy. Well done.
Did I
But you did
really?
exactly what Jarrett wanted you to do, which is to
Right.
to miss.
That's right. Well, Jarrett, because I am sending you everything you're getting, and this includes some bonus stuff, not just the Mad Max figure. You just need to send me your an email with your address, and I'll get it to you ASAP. That email address is scott@frogpants.com. Does that work for you?
That works for me.
Well done, sir. May your travels today be filled with beautiful scenery and not having to use your trucker buddy.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Bye. That's where you pee, right? You pee in a trucker buddy?
That is exactly where you pee. Yeah,
Great.
exactly.
Congratulations to him and Brian Ibbett.
Nice.
Dunaway. Well done on trying. You tried real hard, buddy. Good job.
I did nothing. I did nothing.
I
So-
knew more than I thought I did, or I got lucky more than I
You
thought
did.
I
You
would.
did get lucky. Yes.
It does
And really,
make you.
Knight Rider. Like I said, he probably was even asked to do Knight
Right,
Rider.
right. It
and
was
had
probably
something
done-
else going on.
You got something the key of Mike Post. We'd appreciate that. Do that. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't be remiss if you were just grab hatting and you had to answer.
Right.
That feels right. Like to me, that even feels right. And I wasn't 100% sure on that, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he just made every TV show theme in the 70s and 80s. And even the 90s, and then like one or two things in the 2000s. Like that guy is so prolific. What's he doing now? Is he just sitting on a giant pile of money going,
Walking around his mansion. Do, 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 do. I got money. Do, 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 do.
not like you. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I don't know. She's probably a really nice guy, and we're making fun of nothing. But anyway, Dunaway, well done. You've done what you came here to do, and we enjoyed the hell out of it. I hope you have a fantastic day. Kiss our butts. Bye. All right. He's out.
Out. Brian Dunaway out.
He's out. And now, this.
This is your radio newscaster with another exclusive sensational summary of world and local events.
It's the news brought to you by.
Comic Dorks which records today and will be available right after. Get your comic book news and views on with Steven and Scott on Comic Dorks at comicdorks.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that'll be today. As soon as the
Right.
show's over, we'll record it. We'll put it on the feed. It's your monthly look at the world of comic books, so check it out. Comicbooks.com or comicdorks.com. All right, we're not gonna get to all these, so I'm gonna be picky here.
Pick and choose, yes.
Yep, I
the
think I'm gonna
best.
do the last two because one's got audio that I want to play, and the other one is just too good to not.
Yes, good. I'd like to hear this one.
Seals, you know Seals, like the singer who did the Batman.
Crofts?
Sorry, I got Steele's
Have a
Nash.
breeze makes me feel fine. You're the heaven in my mind. By the way, so that was
Sorry.
that was Seals and Crofts, right? Did
Yeah.
that song?
Yeah.
You remember the song "Hello, yes, it's been a while, not much. How about you?"
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Been such a long time. I really just wanted to talk to you. Anyway, that was by a group called England Dan and John Ford Coley.
Hmm.
England Dan is Dan Seals of Seals and Crofts. So there's two duet bands or two bands from the 70s with moderate AM radio staple hits
Huh.
that are the same guy. Dan Seals and England Dan are the same guy.
England Dan sounds like one of those robot gigolo bots from AI for some
It
reason.
sounds like something you'd pay extra for from a prostitute.
Yeah.
Hey, could you give me an England Dan?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want me to use a feather or no?
That's great. Anyway, all right. So seals, like the actual animal, those ones.
Oh, those seals. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
you know, not the ones you were saying.
Right.
Hold on, I gotta get this working. Stuff has changed. Here we go. There we
Okay.
go. Okay. As you can as you can see, seals can. As you can seal. Seals can copy human speech and sing Star Wars themes. I bet you didn't know this. Did you know this? This is a thing they
I
can do.
did not know this.
Well, here's video proof and sound and audio. Except, you know what? For them to hear it, I have to play it here. Okay, things are complicated today. All right, here we go. Listen to this. This is Seal. He's like, I'm out. They're not really on key so much, you know, like
No, but the fact that they're trying, and the fact that they're remembering a sequence of notes, that it's not just repeating the last note you heard.
yeah, it's impressive.
Wow.
Yeah, name another. Well, I'm sure some other animal could do this. Like, I guess a bird could do it.
Yeah, parrots can do it, but
Yeah.
wow, that is crazy.
I have a scientific question for you.
All right.
See if you can answer this.
Okay.
When people say stop just parroting back what I said before,
Yeah.
was that a phrase before a parrot was called a parrot, or is that directly connected to what parrots do when they repeat things? Does that make sense?
I think it's direct. I think it was created after we called parrots parrots. and
Okay. We
it's-
turned it
yeah.
into a verb.
Right.
When it
Exactly.
Okay. All right. That's what I thought. But the other day I heard somebody say that, and I thought, which came first, I wonder? Did we name
The
them
parrot,
parrots?
naming the bird the parrot, or
Let's
well,
see.
that bird repeats me. I'm going to call it a parrot based on that phrase. Stop parroting everything back to me.
I'm going to actually look it up just for fun here. Entomology, I always like this stuff. Okay, here we go. Parrot. Origin, the 1520s, of uncertain origin, perhaps from the dialect of Middle French Perrault, or Perrault, something. From a variety of names like Peter, blah, blah, blah. Okay, perhaps, blah, 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 that's boring. Let's see. Replaced earlier, blah, blah, blah. Okay, German naturalist Alexander von Humboldt in South America in 1800 encountered a very old parrot that was the sole speaker of a dead Indian language, the original tribe having gone extinct. Oh, you know what? We have it backwards.
What?
Repeat without understanding is the actual definition of of parrot, and the verb existed before the noun.
No way, really. So to parrot something
According to this, now
came
this is
before the bird that was called the parrot?
ETYM online, like Etymology Online says this. Now, how do I don't know that for sure. Like, this is just a website I found, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Merriam-Webster because this is very surprising.
Yeah, if that's the case, if this website's right, but it is the internet, so you have to cross. You got to find some other sources.
Absolutely. Let's see.
Because you never know.
Okay, here we go. No, Merriam-Webster says first known use of parrot 1525.
Yeah.
And the verb 1596.
But was it in reference to the bird then?
Yes, then the meaning describes. So the noun came 1525, the verb came 1596.
Oh, you're right. Here's another one Merriam-Webster says it, so does dictionary.com. Okay. This other site is lacking in detail. How about this?
It's very interesting. I mean, the fact that it's...
Here's the thing.
So it had the wrong... Oh.
That was a lady.
Parrot.
Oh, so we could hear the word parrot.
Yeah.
So what date did it have for the verb?
1800 is what the other site said, but this one doesn't.
Well, that's after the 1500s.
Yeah, totally. That's what I'm saying.
You mean the use of the noun was 1800s?
That's what this other site had said, yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But this is, I think they're wrong.
I would never visit that site again.
Now, they have it listed as a verb, but that's because it works both ways.
Verb.
Yeah, we know how to say verb. Thanks. Thanks, website.
Let me click this to see how the verb is pronounced. Verb.
Parrot.
I thought it was going to say a different parrot instead. It just said verb.
Parrot.
I know, we know. Hey, this website is parroting the word parrot.
Parrot.
Okay, great.
And
then final story here. So that's just the thing. It's cool. Seals can, they can do their thing. Here's our final story.
That's really cool. And so that first sounds weird. The first sounds we're hearing like a keyboard, somebody playing the notes on a keyboard, and it was just repeating those.
Yeah, and it was going.
Yeah.
About halfway through that video, though, it takes off and dives in the water. It's like I've had it with this, and it just leaves.
This is dumb. I'm leaving.
I'm leaving. This is dumb. I'm not your plaything. All right, final story. A live rat fell from the ceiling of a Buffalo Wild Wings and landed on a customer's table. Ew!
Oh, customer didn't even notice. No, this tastes just like chicken.
Do rats freak you out at all? Because they don't freak me out at one bit. Not at all.
They don't freak me out. I actually had a pet rat for a while.
Yeah, I did too. I had one named Fang, I think. We had a rabbit named Fang, and I also had a rat named Fang for a while. And he had a big old front tooth thing that grew too long because we didn't give enough stuff to choose. But anyway, that guy, that rat never scared me at all. Now you might say, well, Scott, we're talking about dirty rats here, like a dirty vermin-y rat that's got diseases.
Yeah.
I don't want their diseases. I get that that's bad. I don't want them to bite me. I get all that. I'm just saying I don't see them and go, ew, rats. That's not a thing.
But if it lands on your table at a restaurant, you will freak out. You will get upset.
Oh, yeah. Little pee will come out, I think. Right there in front of everybody. A live rat fell from the ceiling of Buffalo Wild Wings in Westchester and landed on a customer's table before lunch was served. Excuse me. The rodent's presence Thursday appears to have been linked to a construction site at the nearby Howard Hughes Center. This is in L.A., I think, where the eatery is located. I love that term, eatery.
Okay.
The restaurant closed voluntarily for cleaning and sanitation, according to the Los Angeles County Department of Public Health, and they inspected the thing before they opened it up. Alicia Norman, the diner who witnessed the creature fall into her table, posted photos of the rat lying near her menu or on her menu. Quote, I knew the rat was going to be injured because it hit like a Mack truck. That's a phrase I've always hated. Hit like a Mack.
Oh, really? Hit like a Mack truck? I
Yeah.
like that phrase.
I don't know why.
Tells you exactly what's going on.
I guess so. And a Mack truck is an actual, that's the part. I think I don't know enough about Mack trucks to say. Because what is a Mack truck? Just a big truck?
It's like a brand of truck, like a Peterbilt. There's a Peterbilt. There's a Mack. There's
Yeah.
That was the only two I could come up with right off the top of my head as far as trucking companies or truck manufacturers. But
is the Peterbilt called that because Peter built? Who's Peter and why did he build it? Is that the deal?
Peter built that truck. I'm going to call it a Peterbilt.
That makes sense. So let's see if we can find this rat. Oh, they don't show the photo. No, it was on Facebook and it got removed. That's too bad.
Oh, lame.
Yeah, I want to see a rat laying next to a menu. That's what I come here for. I come here for the fun.
Buffalo Wild Wings paid to have that tweet removed.
Yeah, out of here. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back to the program, we're going to have a visit from Steven Schleicher from Majorspoilers.com, and even the Trek Nerd will be here today. We actually have Trek Nerd news. And I also have been watching a certain Trek thing that I want to talk to Daryl about. So that'll all happen after the break.
Cool.
Before that, though, Brian Ibbett must, by contract, play a song.
By law. This one comes to us from Earshot Media. Big thanks to them. Long Beach, California is where we're going for a band called Manuel. Technically, they're called Manuel, the band. Their brand new LP is called Room for Complication. It is out now. It just came out. And their brand new single from that album is called Breathe. They're pop rock, but kind of a wider scope of pop rock, implementing some what's the dream pop kind of sounds to them, which I really like.
Sure.
Here is the band Manuel the Band from their brand new album Room for Complication and Breathe.
We'll be right back.
Try Chesterfield. Either way you like them, regular or king size, they're much milder. Chesterfield gives you the best possible smoke.
Has there been some disaster?
The Morning Stream. Shoving hobos and sucking the cheese since 2011.
We're back, everybody. Welcome back to the program. We are going to now bring Steven in.
Okay.
I think it's all we can do. I always forget he goes under... he's under the wrong name on here, so I search and then go, oh, yeah, there he is. But I found it. Don't you worry your little heads. It's time for this. Steven Schleicher, Hayes, Kansas' own purveyor of all things major spoilers. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Oh, man,
I'm a little
so
tired,
good.
actually.
Are you a little tired? You sound a little tired. Why so tired?
I don't know. Just woke up this morning and I was tired.
Woke up, got out of bed, drug a comb. Hey, you ran like a freaking 5K or something the other day. What's that about?
That was like 2 weeks. That was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, all right. I was looking.
And I didn't run. It was more like a fast walk with some jogging.
That sounds like my kind of run. I like it. That's all right.
Yeah.
Was it for
it's
good cause kind of thing? Like, what were you guys doing there?
So, just real quick on how the story goes. Last year, a year and a half ago, I was conned into doing the 5K for the 4th of July festival that they have here. And I said, sure, okay, I'll go do that. And I did it, and I had fun doing it. And I said, hey, next year, I'm going to do this. I'm going to beat my time by 5 minutes.
Okay.
And then in October, I did another 5K, which was about the same time. But I'm going to be out of town taking my son to a soccer thing over the July 4th. So I'm not going to have a chance to repeat that same thing to see if I can beat my time. However, a couple of Fridays ago, our recreation commission said, hey, if you've got nothing to do on Saturday, we're doing a 5K fun run for the IDD community to raise. And about like 7:30 at night, I was like, you know what? I think I'll go ahead and do this the next morning. Even though I hadn't been training, even though I'd been drinking. And got up early that morning, went out and did it, and actually beat my time by the exact time that I wanted to finish. So
Wow.
I said I wanted to be done in 40 minutes, and I did it in 40 minutes.
Nice. Amazing what happens when
Yeah.
we put our minds to it, right? We just go for it.
Yeah.
Well, I was impressed. The reason I brought it up is I was just digging through your Instagram, and there's a photo of you before you did the 5K. And you're just all bushy-tailed and bright-eyed and looking all right.
All happy.
Yeah, and the next one is
in the morning.
the after photo. You look like perhaps a nap was in order immediately. So that was pretty good.
No, that was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, one of us. All right. Well, hey, it's good to have you back. Let's get into it. A lot of J.J. Abrams stuff being bandied about this week. In particular, he's writing a Spider-Man movie for Marvel? Or is he writing? Not movie. I'm sorry, comic. Him and his son or something.
A comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he and his son, Henry, have teamed up with Sarah Pichelli to do this Spider-Man 5-issue miniseries for Marvel. And apparently, one of the editors at Marvel has been in contact with JJ for like years, trying to get him to do something with Marvel. And finally, he and his son went and said, yeah, we would like to do. some Spider-Man stuff. And they're like, okay, let's do an idea. So starting in September, 5-issue miniseries will introduce a new villain called Cadaverous that will somehow be not only attacking Spider-Man, but also Peter Parker and Mary Jane. And yeah, so I guess this is cool. The thing that immediately popped in my head when I heard the news is, I wonder how Sarah Pichelli, is a wonderful artist, worked on the Ultimate Spider-Man series for years. I wonder if she's going to incorporate lens flares. And sure enough, on the cover, Cadaverous is in the background, and oh my gosh, those eyes do have lens flares.
So it's like a J.J. Abrams requirement, basically, is that you have a lens flare.
I
That's
guess.
Hilarious.
That's
so
hilarious,
I don't know. And I think the interesting thing about this is that JJ is doing Star Wars, which is Lucasfilm, which is owned by Disney, and Marvel, also owned by Disney. And so a little bit of synergy may be going on here. And I wonder if there is not something like, hey, let's test you out and see how you deal with superheroes as maybe something coming down the line. Now, that's kind of a big stretch, but it doesn't kind of surprise me if they were like, hey, maybe you do some Spider-Man stuff. Maybe people will be excited about it. And here in a couple of projects, we might have you do some Spider-Man stuff or some Marvel stuff. No Phase 4 stuff has been announced. So, yeah, who knows?
I wonder if... Oh, go ahead, Brian.
I was going to say, reading this description, it feels like they've just basically put the spoiler as to who Cadaverous is in the description.
Yeah, I don't know if, I say shocked over who the reveal is, but it wouldn't surprise me if it is somebody that we already maybe who would be the most shocking reveal of this new villain.
Gosh, can I think of any Spider-Man villains who would be very shocking as a reveal? Like somebody
again, that's not from Marvel. That's me putting that in.
Oh, that's you. Oh, okay. I thought that came from Marvel, and I thought they were basically giving away the fact that he's the shocker.
No.
Okay, never mind. All right, well then I don't know. I don't know who Cadaverous could be.
Yeah. What if it was I don't know.
Ben Riley.
Ben Riley could be it. It could be maybe it's Ben, Uncle Ben. Could be, the cadaverous cadaver.
Sure.
But I would think, what if the shocking thing was that it's J. Jonah Jameson finally snapped and is now out there getting revenge on Peter Parker and Spider-Man at the same time.
I like the idea of Uncle Ben rising from the grave. I like that. That's pretty good.
Good too. Because cadaver, right?
Right, exactly. I was trying to find out how old Henry, his son, is, who's writing this with him, because he was a little kid. I want to say he was around Nick's age, so I did a little digging, and I was close. He's about 2 years older than Nick, so he's 21 is all. So I wonder if this is just like hey, what a cool opportunity. I get to write for Spider-Man, one of my nerd favorites when I was growing up, and I get to do it with my son, who's a sprouting young writer maybe or something. That might be what this is. Just a fun little dad-son deal because he's J.J. Abrams and he gets to do this stuff.
Yes, and it could also be, hey, J.J. Abrams, we want you to do Spider-Man. He's like, I really don't care about comic books. My son is into it, so you get my son to do the main writing. I'll put my name, and bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah.
J.J. Abrams doing Spider-Man.
Seems like J.J. Abrams is doing all right. Seems like he's found his way in this world.
Maybe. Just maybe.
Yeah. Good job, JJ.
Yeah, he's going to be all right, that JJ.
Yeah. He's going to make it after all.
He's going to make it, yeah.
Is that also a Mike Post song?
No.
Mary Tyler Moore theme, not Mike.
Who does that? That's not Mike Post. No way, right?
Definitely not Mike Post. No, I don't know. That one I don't know. I don't know who's responsible for that one.
Written by...
Who can turn the world on with a smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile?
See? That's awesome. I can't find it. Although, I thought you would have been happy earlier, Stephen, because you're also a big fan of the Rockford Files.
Rockford Files, yeah. I knew Magnum. Simon wasn't on the list, which was a surprise.
Yeah, that's surprising because I saw people in the chat room throwing that one out, and I was surprised not to see Simon & Simon in the list.
I also thought Heart to Heart was his gig, but I guess not, right? Yeah.
No.
All right.
No, but again, that seems like it would be. Yeah. Right in his wheelhouse.
Sure. Hey, tell us about Legion of Superheroes coming back. That sounds exciting.
Oh, man, the Legion of Superheroes, one of my favorite comic book teams of all time. In fact, I do another podcast called the Legion Clubhouse, where we talk about the history of the Legion of Superheroes through the lens of today. So we look at all the original issues, and then we say, okay, well, back then they're talking about this, which is a real problem because today we wouldn't allow, there's a whole bunch of stuff about why there are no people of color in the Legion of Superheroes, and how oftentimes they do some passing for black kind of stuff in some of the issues to deal with. But it's a fun series. It's a fun team of teenagers from the future who, basically got their start because they were inspired by Superboy and everything that he did. And there have been multiple iterations of the Legion over the years. The first team started in the 1950s and ran through the 1980s, just after the Crisis on Infinite Earths. And then they had an older adult Legion, the 5-year Legion. And then they went away, and then they came back in the 2000s with the Archie Legion, basically an updated names and teams, but with the old stories still intact. And then there was another one with Mark Waid, the 3-boot Legion, that came out shortly after, I want to say, Countdown, is that when that series came out. And then that went away very quickly. But now that Brian Michael Bendis is over at DC, and he's been writing Superman for a while and doing some other stuff, he just announced a couple of weeks ago that he would be taking on the Legion of Superheroes with Ryan Sook, who's a really good artist. And I'm very excited about this because if you're looking for teenager-friendly stuff with maybe a little bit of an adult bent, Brian Michael Bendis has been doing that for years with Ultimate Spider-Man and some of his other books. So I'm very excited about this.
Yeah, I have a feeling you're going to talk about this a ton on today's Comic Dorks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would highly recommend that because Steven has some passion in this regard. And I'm a little new to it, so I don't even know what I'm getting into, but I kind of want to discover what Legion of Superheroes is all about. So well done,
so a
guys.
Quick recommendation, if anybody is looking for some old Legion of Superheroes stuff, you can find these, I think, still in a lot of comic book stores, but DC for a while put out these black and white, I call them phone book collections. Basically, it's the size of a phone book, if anybody knows what a phone book is anymore. 1,000 pages of comics for $19. The only thing that is bad about them is they're basically phone book type paper, super thin newsprint, and they're not in color. They're in black and white, so you're missing some of the color
anime
aspect.
Right? Like a lot of the anime books, not as thick as a phone book, but that thinner paper, that newsprint paper, and black and white.
Yeah, exactly that. And like I said, you get 1,000 pages of comics for like $19.99. There are a couple of omnibus editions that have come out in the last, I want to say, 2 or 3 years that are all color, but they're like $100. But also totally worth picking if you want to read some classic Legion of Superhero stuff. Now, I will say in the early Silver Age, a lot of cornball, a lot of cheesy stuff, a lot of stuff that, again, looking at through today's lens, you might go, holy crap, that's super offensive. And but still, it's a lot of fun, and really is this inspirational look of what the future could be, where you have all of these societies working together in a vast utopia, your United Federation of Planets type situation, and a group of teenagers who are there to combat any evil that might arise.
Wow, you've got me peaked. I'm interested. More on that again, like on Comic Dorks, and of course you can go find all this kind of coverage at the majorspoilers.com website.
That is correct.
Steven, anything else you want to mention before we go? Got anything cool going on the site?
No, but like I said, I'm going to be out next week. So people who are fans of our podcast, I won't be doing or releasing any podcasts next week. I got to take a little break. And, you guys have both done wireless internet from the hotel, and it's not good. So can't do any show.
No, it's good. Get away. Take some time off. You deserve it.
Yeah.
That'll be fun, and your wife would probably like it as well if you had a few.
Well, I mean, she's got to work, so she's here. So.
Oh.
So maybe yes, I think she will enjoy it that I'm not around. So there you go.
Best vacation. Stay away from your husbandcation is what they call it.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Get your husband out of the housecation.
Yes. Well, it's majorspoilers.com, everybody. Major Spoilers on Twitter. We'll talk to you next time. Well, next time. Bye now.
Yeah, stay
hydrated, he was going to say, and that cut him off.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I feel like I can't remember if we did a show the Monday after I did my rad last year. I think we did. I'm pretty sure I sat down for it. But
yeah, I don't remember what happened. Did you, was that a year ago yet? I guess it's a year ago exactly, right?
Yeah, almost a year ago exactly. Yeah, because it was at the end of June. And I imagine we could look at our notes and see if we did a show that Monday. But
I just remember you being energized, but I don't remember much else about it.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe you were stoked, I don't
Could
know.
have been,
Because you
yeah.
did it. You knocked it out, and you were good.
I did. And I got pulled off the course on the way back because of severe thunderstorms and stuff. But I made it like 2/3 of the way back before they pulled us all off the course.
Well, that's fantastic.
But looking at the upcoming weather, I don't think I'm going to get that lucky this year.
Nope. No, probably not going to happen. The weather is so weird this year. It's the strangest year all across the Rockies. I don't know what's happening. I mean, I guess it's kind of everywhere, not just here, but I feel like we've just had the weirdest rain and stuff that's just unseasonable for this time of year. Daryl Skills, answer your Skype. Oh, there he is. I hear him. Hi, Daryl. Are you there?
Hello.
Oh, hi. Wow, that was a jolly welcome. How are you?
I'm good.
Oh, that's fantastic. Here's Daryl doing a thing.
Smells like an old lady's underwear that she's tried to make smell better.
All right, that's great.
Oh, jeez.
Can I ask you? I have a question about that, actually. We should probably get this out there. When you said it smells like some old lady's underwear that she tried to make smell better, what is that process? Like, if you're an old lady, right? You're an old lady and you got some nasty...
That is a valid question.
Yeah. What is that exactly? Is it like, oh, dear, my underwear smells weird. I'm going to go make it smell better. What is that? What is the scenario that you had in your head for that?
Wow, I don't know. It must have been something we were eating.
Yeah, it probably was.
It had to be one of our taste tests.
I wonder what you'd think of these ostrich sticks, Daryl. I think you'd probably like them. They're good.
Mm-hmm. They're good.
They're
dry,
savory.
but they're good.
Yeah, they're savory.
I'm going to dunk mine in some queso.
Actually, that sounds all right. There's nothing wrong with that.
It does, yeah.
Dunk anything in queso is an okay idea. Daryl Skills, it's good to have you here. We're going to talk about Star Trek stuff because that's what we do when you come on. And before we get going, I have... so I watched the pilot episode, which is a two-parter of Voyager for Current Geek. And the idea, we do this once a month where we do an autopilot. We talk about a pilot of a show. We'd never done Voyager, so Tom and I did Voyager. However, as often happens when I do this, I get excited about it, and I stick with it. So I've been watching Voyager again. Just kind of in the background, off to the side, nothing too hardcore or anything, but I'm watching Voyager again. And I've come to a conclusion I'd like to see if you share it or not. Okay, so you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Tom Paris is a giant, at least in the first season, a giant douchebag. And he is constantly hitting on all the women in very inappropriate moments and times. He will be in engineering and hover over some lady engineer down there in the thing going, so I was thinking later we could hang out on the whatever deck and freaking you could take a look at my penis or whatever. He's saying stuff like that all the time. Maybe not the penis part, but a lot of it. And he's just a colossal D-bag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, all right. So it's not just me seeing that and going, geez, Tom Paris, slow your roll, buddy.
Yeah, he was weird in the beginning. And Dr. Bashir on Deep Space Nine was the same way at the beginning.
He was creepy too.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that a Michael Pillar joint thing? Like those guys just don't know how to make guys not creepy or something?
We're having an edgy character. We're just going to want to make him edgy, so let's make him kind of a dick.
Yeah, just pervy and... Janeway seems she's like, Commander Paris, you've really improved your position here on the ship. I believe you should come into my ready room and rub my nipples, right? She's excited about him. She likes him, but I'm just like, no, Janeway, you're wrong. He's bad. But you know who I do like in the first season more than later is Chakotay. Because Chakotay's got kind of this, he's Maquis. He's pissed at the Federation, but in this scenario, they've got to work together. So now he's first officer, and he's the most trustworthy first officer you could have, but he's stoic and kind of gets to the meat of the issue really quick, doesn't prance around. He's great. But I feel like in later seasons, it's all just weird Native American stereotypes of what do you call those things? They have
spirit
guides and freaking sleep in a hot hut and having vision.
Oh, sweat lodge.
Yeah, vision quests and they do all of that stereotypic stuff. He's got his weird grandpa following him around all the time, he's like a ghost or whatever. Why do they do that stuff so much? Because in the beginning he was just so cool. So anyway,
I don't know.
Paris got better. Chakotay got less better. But overall, I still like Voyager. I think there's a lot to like about
Yeah, the techno babble crawls in there a bit too much, but it's okay.
You mean more than other series, would you say?
Yeah, I would say more.
Oh, interesting.
It's always the cross-circuit the thing and plug the banana in the hole, and it'll save the day.
Yeah, there's a great scene where she's having a hard time with B'Elanna Torres in an early episode because she doesn't trust her to be chief engineer and doesn't trust Klingons, I guess. She's only half Klingon, but they're like in a room and they're figuring out the problem together, and they're literally holding hands like two schoolgirls, staring at each other's face, and then they say the exact same thing at the exact same time. I may actually have this. Hold on.
Oh, God.
Because I captured video of it. I was going to make a GIF out of it, and I don't think I've had time. Let me see if I have it. Oh, yeah, here it is.
For a subspace instability in the event horizon, what would make it show up on our sensors? Warp particles. If we saturate...
I hate when TV shows do that.
It
could only be one thing.
And she's so
cheese
excited.
doodles.
More particles. Beat me in my ready. She's just so, like, early on, Janeway is so Janeway, man.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm enjoying it. It's fun, but it's got its quirks.
It's a little Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
They have to get back home, and they never make it.
And
Well,
if they really wanted to be Gilligan's Island, they should have the Harlem Globetrotters come on for an episode. They never.
Oh,
did.
yeah.
That would be amazing.
Kurt Russell is a little jungle boy.
Wait, was that a
kind of
thing?
character Mowgli.
Was that a thing?
Yeah. Kurt Russell was like a little Tarzan kid in Gilligan's Island.
I gotta find that.
I'm looking it up right now. I just want to see this. Oh my gosh, you're right. He's what, all of like 10 or 12 here?
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Yeah, he's a shirtless little jungle boy, little white jungle boy. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Go look that up, chat room. Look up Kurt Russell, Gilligan's Island, and be amazed. That's awesome. Anyway, I wonder if he's a Ginger or Marianne guy. Hey, Daryl, Section 31, Writer's Room, up and writing. People are making episodes. Is that what's going on? What's going on?
Yes, they are in the process of their full blast cranking out episodes now.
And this is
for
the
Section 31.
Michelle Yeoh spinoff deal? Is that the one? All right. They just hunt,
very cool.
What, they hunt around the universe and assassinate idiots, or what's their deal? Do you know what they do?
Oh, nobody knows yet.
Okay, that'll be fun. That starts filming as soon as season 3 of Discovery wraps.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I start rhyming and throwing down sweet beats, you know it's time for... Oh, not that kind of rap. You mean like rap finishes up. Oh, okay, I got it.
Rap with a W.
There you go. Also says we also have news that future Trek shows will be filmed in Toronto, except the Picard show. Why is that?
Well, I say it's because the winery is there.
Oh.
So, but I don't know. Maybe it's just more convenient for Patrick Stewart to do it there.
They would work around him, right? Wouldn't they? Because he's Patrick Stewart.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. He gets to say what's going on. But see, that's interesting because I still wonder what that show is. Like, conceptually, it does seem like it's a lot of him sitting in a room recounting something and then a bunch of flashbacks.
Oh, I hope not. That would be horrible.
Oh, I really hope not, right?
I don't think it is, though, because
Please
they
don't.
filmed some stuff where he was at Starfleet Command.
Yeah, that's true.
I remember the time there were 4 lights.
And then...
right, exactly. Yeah.
Bring out David Warner again. How many lights are there?
Kind of like what they did with the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, right? They basically had old Indiana Jones at the bookending each episode saying, oh, yeah, that's like the time that I did this. And then they flash back to that.
Yeah, they can't do that, right? They can't.
No, it would be bad.
no.
It would be like that one Riker episode where he's knocked out and remembering all these things.
That was
the clip show.
Yeah, the clip show. That is one of the worst things ever in Star Trek history. If you guys have not seen the season 1 or 2, I forget. End of 1 or end of 2, I forget. But
I think it's the end of 2.
Horrendous. Oh, just sitting here thinking about it is giving me gas. Or maybe it's this ostrich meat. I don't know. Ostrom, Daryl. How's that sound to you? Ostrom.
It sounds like you need that when you're pregnant.
What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think it smells like, Daryl?
Old lady's underwear.
Better than an old lady's underwear, yeah.
All right, good. All the old ladies can rest assured. No underwear here. Let's talk about what else. Oh, Nickelodeon, the new cartoon is CGI, not cell animated. I'm a little bummed by that, just because I wish somebody would, I don't know, do something creative with cell animation these days, but that's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
What's the brief?
Yeah, I think it's cheaper to do CGI, so that's what they do.
Oh, it's absolutely cheaper. But what do you, so we have a synopsis. Explain it to us. What do we know about this show?
Well, the word is that this is going to be about a group of lawless teens who discover a derelict Starfleet starship and use it to search for adventure, meaning, and salvation, whatever all that means.
Lawless teens.
Lawless teens.
Yeah.
Oh, a bunch of renegades who learn something along the way about themselves and.
That sounds right, Brian. I think you got it. Also, I don't recommend looking up lawlessteens.com. Don't do it.
Oh, geez. Safe search on for that one.
That'll take you places. All right, whatever. Could be fine. I don't know.
It makes me worry, but we'll see.
I mean, if it's well written, then it could be fine. These are common tropes a lot of people do and stuff. But if they handle it right, and have it be about exploration and running into weird stuff and having to deal with it and all of that. I mean, Voyager's a bunch of lawless adults stuck in space, so
that's kind of true.
Yeah, so it might work. And then finally, also, I should say, 4 short treks before Discovery Season 3, and then 2 more. Like last time, but didn't last time they all came out before the premiere, or did they?
I think they were spaced weird. I don't remember how it was, but
okay.
Yeah,
I think
there were still
it
4
was
between
similar.
the seasons.
Yeah. Did you watch all those, Brian?
I did. Yeah, they're good.
You liked all that?
I mean, they were differing levels of quality, but the Tilly one was okay, and I remember the Mud one was pretty good.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
The Adventures of Tilly
But the
and
Tilly
Mud.
one paid off later on in the season too. Like you almost need to watch it to find out the origin story of a Tilly character, Tilly related character.
By the way, is Janice quitting today? What was all that yelling back there?
Oh, who knows? That's too far away.
She's had enough.
It did sound like somebody was mad. I could kind of hear him yelling, but all right. Everything's fine, though. You're not being held against your will. You're good?
Not yet.
Blink twice if you're okay.
All right. Only one of those has been announced. It's a Pike Enterprise short called Chaos Theory. That's exciting because everyone loves that.
Everybody wants the captain back.
All people do right now when I talk about Star Trek is say, when's he coming back? What could he do next? Can we get another series? Put that guy in charge.
Right.
Like, it feels like they have something there and they need to do something with him, but I don't know.
Yeah, that was something I worried about in the beginning when the show first came out, that they would hit on something great, but since it's an anthology thing, that they would have to get rid of it.
They'd have to move on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially after season 1.
Keep him
Because
up on your wall. Keep him up on your wall on his ensign mount.
It's Visa compliant, though.
You can get one of those in
right.
WoW.
Yes.
Yeah, any TV will take it. Got the same connections on the back. But he's a really compelling character, and as played by him, even more so. And it's kind of, I mean, okay, well, look, that's kind of what Section 31 is. They've taken Michelle Yeoh's sort of alternate self, super soldier, and they've said, hey, that could stand on its own. Let's make a show. Maybe they're doing that with him. It's possible.
Well, that's kind of different because it's open ended. They can do anything they want with that. Mm-hmm. But we know that Captain Pike, that plugs into the Kirk era at some point.
I just thought of something. You know, in the Picard trailer teaser, he's running his hands through the wheat as he's walking around. You know what part I'm talking about? Maybe it's not wheat, but whatever it is. You guys know what I'm talking about? They got the old man hand out there.
Grapevines or whatever it is.
Yeah. Is that required by law that if you're making a TV show or a movie about a field of anything, that there'll be a close-up of a hand running his hand through it?
Yeah.
Because what was the one? What am I thinking of? Gladiator. The beginning of Gladiator, he's doing that. He's walking through and he got his hands in the wheat and doing that. And I feel like every single thing ever made, they do that. And I don't know why that is.
Well, you got to check your grapes.
Yeah, check your grapes at the door.
At least twice a day.
Always.
And then cough.
They're only at higher risk under 30, it turns out. But keep looking at those grapes all through your life. Just in case.
I'm testing my grapes right now.
Oh,
Hello,
good.
let's get this joke out.
Good. You're not putting your leg up on the counter though and blow drying them though, right? You're not blow drying your grapes.
No, I'm not. I'm not blow drying my grapes. That would be silly.
You learned your lesson then. Well done.
Yes, exactly.
Daryl, anything else in the world of Trek that we should get out the door here today? What are you watching? Like you're always watching Trek. What's on your watch list right now? What are you doing?
Oh, what am I watching? For the next This Week in Trek, what is it? Oh, I haven't chosen it yet.
Oh, you should choose one. Let's choose it now. Let's do it right now. Well, does it have to be in a show, or can we pick anything?
Well, I have to have my list to make sure we haven't done it.
Oh,
but yeah, it
all
could
right.
be anything.
Here's what I think you should do. Brian, tell me if you think I'm crazy here, but I think it should be
the Gilligan's Island episode with Kurt Russell.
It should be this. No, wait. No.
Oh,
no.
No.
No. I can't find it. The one where
you were looking for it during film sack too. Oh no.
No, that one. The oh no. That's the one from Crusher where she finds her dead grandma or whatever.
Oh no, we did that one. I'm not watching it again.
It's so bad.
It's horrible.
It's so bad. All right. Well, you don't have to do that one then. Oh, here it is. I found it. I just spelled Crusher wrong. Oh, jeez. All right, here it is.
No, no.
Oh my lord. All right, don't watch Sub Rosa then. That's how we help you pick your thing this week. So good luck with you on there. Daryl is
spelling of Crusher.
Yes, I did. I just now did.
Okay,
Daryl is the I spell because is she a K? She's not. She is K.
No.
Oh, it's a C.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I have K, and I need to make it a C. So hold on. Okay, it's a C now. It's now Crusher.
Just like one who crushes.
Yes, and boy does she. Daryl, it's our pleasure to have had you on today. The Trek Nerd is the way you find him on Twitter, and you, of course, find him at that show he mentioned, This Week in Trek, at thisweekintrek.com. We hope you have a great day.
And you too.
All right. Whoop. There he goes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no. All right, we're going to play a mashup. This is a Monday mashup from our buddy Jamie.
Yeah.
TMS mashups.
I'm already worried from the name of this thing.
A little bit, too. I'll tell people the title. It's called Monday Mashup Anus Switch. I don't have any memory of what that is, so I guess suck it in like the rest of us, all right? So here you go. I haven't heard it yet. Neither is Brian. Playing it now. Well, poop.
I didn't even want to pull it out. Hello. Do I give her the butt? Do I give her the crotch?
Yeah, it's a hard call. A pair of legs, a crotch, and a wiener. I thought it was all lady chickens.
Because they have breasts, Scott?
Yeah, maybe. For some reason in my head, I thought they kept the cocks around just to be there.
I'll say, you gotta take the lady and fish waffles.
Fish waffles.
Major Burns, get the fish waffles out of my office.
The left side of her throat near her carotid artery. Okay, let me try that again. Her carotid artery. I still said artery. Get that word out, Scott.
You can check my oil, but it's up to you to find where my dipstick is.
Whoa! Hey!
Hey-o.
They're connected by a thin layer of love. And why is their on button so deep in their anus? The way she was digging in there, dude, it was like, find the switch already. Good hell.
Gotta find it. It's in the bunghole.
She did a good job. Didn't twinge my sensitive areas there. Yeah. She stayed clear of those, right? Jamie, enjoy.
Freebie for Jamie right there.
Yeah. If you want to watch an 85-year-old guy with his little shriveled up ding dang rolling around in a jello-filled hot tub, fine.
Could be the tab from your pudding can.
That reminds me
my
of
penknife, my good man.
There you go. That's what it reminds me of. That thing coming off my pudding can. 9, you shall burn the books.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of does.
Yeah. Get in line.
Yeah.
Be like all of us, you dumb shit. They can bite my butthole. That's what they can do. My name is Zed. I like the vodka.
I will bring LPs, because CDs are too much hassle to play on stage at Red Rocks.
Please go to my merch table after show.
You must buy merch. Buy a t-shirt with a picture of face on it. Then people started wedging them up their butts.
Yeah.
And they took in a whole new meaning.
As soon as somebody tried to floss their butt with a freaking piece of cloth, and everyone went, oh, that's a thong now. And I went, no, those are on my feet. I'm wearing a thong.
Oh, back to normal operations. Finding strength to return to normal level of anger.
And
must find penis and complain about penis and the leopard.
Yeah, the leopard. We haven't heard anything about the leopard.
No, it's been a while since the leopard.
Yeah, it bums
And
me
number
out.
4.
Oh, it's so good. Nice one, Jamie. It wasn't so bad. It was actually a film sack clip from talking about the
film sack, yeah,
the Teddy thing or whatever.
the AI, right? The turning off the robot and by pressing the butt switch.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Thank you, Jamie. As always, killing it with the mashups. You can find them at patreon.com/TMS mashups as well. I have a couple emails to read. I'm going to rip through them, and they begin with this one from Tom. Not our Tom, different Tom. Tom Nacco is his name. He's talking about dual citizenship because I'm sending my nephew, or I'm not, but my nephew is in Japan right now. After Carter comes home, they're staying there to have another baby, and they're doing it because they want dual citizenship. And he wrote back and said, "Hey Scott, my dad is a Japanese citizen. I was born in Florida, so I am a U.S. citizen. I was supposed to have dual citizenship, but my dad goofed up. He was supposed to do some paperwork by some deadline, and he missed it. So officially, I am not part of the family, according to the Japanese government. All that to say, if your niece or nephew wants their child to be a dual citizen, make sure they research what it needs to get done in order to get that to happen," says Tom. All right, Tom, I have good news. They did this with their first kid because this is their second kid, and it worked out. He is now dual citizenshipery.
Not their first sumo wrestling match.
Correct. This isn't their first time to the teriyaki bar. Speaking of which, dude, oh my gosh, there was a Hawaiian wedding over the weekend I had to go to after Film Sack. You remember? I told you guys as I left.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I missed the what do you call it? The actual wedding ceremony was before I left, but I went to the reception. Kim was already there, so I met her there, and they had the place. We've talked about this before. Do you guys have Mo Betta's where you are? The restaurant?
No.
Okay.
No.
So it's Hawaiian food. And it's like really good to the point it's just ridiculous. You just want to put your face in it and inhale it. It's so good. It's fantastic food.
What kind of food though?
It's Hawaiian.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
So
Sure.
lots of chicken and pork and steak and rice and that macaroni salad they all love and all that stuff. No spam that I can tell or whatever. But anyway, this place is decked out with that catering. They've catered the event. And I ate so much Hawaiian food that I was pretty sure I was going to die on Saturday, that I would be dead now.
You would poi all over the place.
Yeah. There was some poi. I didn't have any. Someone else did. I didn't eat that. Anyway, I'm just happy to say that I survived it because it was so good. I really overdid it. It was bad. I made horrible choices that day. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm looking to see. There's no...
I brought that up because they had teriyaki chicken there. It was really good.
That's funny. There's a Louisiana place in Loveland called Mo Betta Gumbo. But Mo Betta... Oh, here we go. Mo Betta's?
Mo Betta's, I guess. We always just say Mo Betta, but it's Mo Betta's Hawaiian style
Yeah, there
food.
we go. Teriyaki or Pulu steak. Oh, locations. Where are you? Where's the nearest one?
Where are they?
Ogden. South Jordan, Orem,
South
Pleasant
Jordan's...
Grove, Lehigh, Midvale, West Valley.
Come on down. We'll see you then.
Salt Lake, Bountiful, Logan. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so it's all Utah.
Must
Dang,
be Utah.
This looks great, though.
It's so good, Brian. Oh, my gosh. And they give you ridiculous portions. It's not good. I need to not go there ever again, but I love it.
No, if you do teriyaki chicken, breast meat, it's going to be a lot better for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I ate a lot of that salad, and that they make this macaroni salad that's like, traditional mix that they do in Hawaii, and it was just, you can't stop.
I love that macaroni salad. I know exactly what you're talking about with the macaroni salad. I'm getting this cat away from all my wires.
Yeah.
Get out of my wires, cat.
Is he still chewy? A little bit chewy on the wires?
Chewy.
Yeah.
Little chewy. Well, not tender yet.
No.
Gotta wait.
You gotta let him, age like a fine wine.
Exactly.
I got an email from Micah who says, "Howdy, this is in regards to last week's discussion about Polish people jokes and why the 80s and 90s were full of these jokes about dumb Polish people. You were correct in reference to World War II. While nobody really knows the etymology of the individual jokes themselves," he says, "I'm sure they have morphed over the ages, i.e. Irish, Italian, Polish, blondes." That's totally true.
Mm-hmm.
But of the reason for the Polish part is that related to the Poland's position in the world. When Hitler and Stalin invaded Poland and started World War II, in the Western Hemisphere at least, they split the country in two pieces. Hitler and the Nazis went into Poland and identified the Polish as Untersmercht, or lesser peoples.
Oh.
Let's see. That polluted the German Ubermensch, or superhuman bloodlines, or Superman bloodlines. Supermensch. It seems like a really awesome Jew.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Whenever someone says, "Hey, he's a real mensch," isn't that a Jewish thing? I don't know what it is. I have no platform for this.
Ubermensch, sure. Yeah.
Let's see. They talked about dumb. Okay, so yeah. So basically, the bottom line is we were right. In the 60s and the 70s, American sitcoms and movies used the Polish jokes in widespread shows and probably did a lot to push them into the popular consciousness of the American public during the 70s and 80s. I was born in 83 and can remember the Polish jokes, but I had mostly turned into blonde jokes by the time I went to high school. I hope that helped explain why the Polish in the jokes. Your resident high school history teacher, Micah. That's cool, man. I love we have history teachers listening to the show. That's rad. What other history thing could we throw out there that Micah could find out about?
Let's learn about how many dead people are buried in the dam, Hoover Dam.
Oh, yeah. How many dead people are entombed in there in the dam? Is it 0? Yeah. Nobody is?
It is 0, yeah. There really aren't any.
Oh, that bums me out. I like that story. Okay, how about this? How many... hold on, let me think here.
Who is buried in Grant's tomb?
Oh, they were talking the other day about how Pete Buttigieg, or whatever his name is. What is it?
Buttigieg.
Buttigieg is if he was elected president, he would be the first openly, or he'd be the way the headlines were, he would be the first gay president. And then my thought was, openly. Let's say it that way. And my question to Micah,
we don't know.
Yeah, Micah, is there any historical record on who might have been gay in there? Let's have a little dirty rag, presidential dirty rag talk here. Let's find out who was hiding it. Was it just people like subordinates like J. Edgar Hoover, who was reportedly super gay? Or was it that Lincoln was maybe a little gay, maybe? And just, these were times where you couldn't come out and say, you couldn't
gay
be open.
For the theater he was. I'm gay for a good play.
Rainbow Bright says all of them. Anyway.
Oh.
I don't know if that's accurate, but whatever.
Nice.
Teddy Roosevelt, he liked bears. Nice.
Well done. Well played, Benjin006.
Yeah, nice one, dude. All right, we're done with emails, and we love these. Thank you. Keep them coming. The address is themorningstream@gmail.com, or you can leave us voicemails, 801-471-0462. And if you'd rather just contact us through the site, there's a link to do that as well at frogpants.com/TMS, where you'll find everything else. That includes a link to our Patreon, where we need your help. Please head on over to patreon.com/TMS and show us your love and support now. There's lots of great levels, lots of cool stuff, and a great way to support your favorite morning show. That's patreon.com/TMS. Brian, let's leave them with a song, if you please.
I please. This one is going out to Gwen. She says, hi, Sencha and Bai Mudan. They're green teas. Don't worry about it. Gwen, your tea chick here. Today's my 27th birthday. Pause for Scott yelling about how young I am.
So young. Gosh dang it.
And today I'm missing one of my favorite musicians, Chris Cornell. His music was deeply moving to me and helped me through my darkest days, kept me from suicide. Hearing he succumbed to what he helped me through, it was hard. So play me a fitting tribute for him if you could. The harder, more metal, hard rock, whatever, the better. But if it's a softer one, Fell on Black Days, whatever, I'm good with that too. Love the show though. Signed, Gwen.
All right.
Yeah, Chris Cornell was awesome.
He was.
And what a voice.
Yep.
We're going to go with the rockin' side of things. This is Santana featuring Chris Cornell, joining him on vocals from an album that came out in 2010 called Guitar Heaven, the greatest guitar classics of all time. It's a Santana album that has a bunch of different guest vocalists on it, and it's fantastic. Came out in 2010. Here is Santana featuring Chris Cornell covering Led Zeppelin's Whole Lotta Love.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
I am tired of Earth.
Okay. Thanks, Blue Man Penis.